it's official. We have started on the septic. So I went down to the county, took a test, got certified so I can legally install septic systems in our county. Now the only reason we really did this was because all of the septic installers are behind and we are getting late in the season already, and they possibly couldn't get to get ours in until next year, which this year they didn't even start till August. So we could wait almost 9 months for a septic, and that ain't gonna work. So we already have a backhoe, so we started digging. So I started out by testing to find out whether we could do okay with the backhoe to dig the tank, because that's the biggest hole. And as you can tell, it's more than deep enough. Actually, I'm just a little bit too deep, which is fine. I'm going to backfill it, bring it up to level. So I've marked where our line comes out of the house, and that's a 3-inch pipe right there. We'll do a B-row shot of that, and from there it'll come straight out and come into the tank. I built the frame the exact same dimensions as the tank to make sure it's going to fit. 2, so I can set it in here, put my level on it, make sure everything's perfectly level. Also, while it's level, shoot my height off of my pipe to make sure I got enough pitch, so it'll flow downhill into the tank. But we are expecting rain this Friday, so I will probably be able to get started putting the lateral lines in beginning Monday or Sunday night and Monday. It should be dry enough by then. I won't get any smearing, and once the lateral is in, we're pretty much free and clear. So time for the septic. Hope you enjoy. So we're waiting for the septic tank to arrive, so we went ahead and started digging the first lateral line. We're going to be putting chambers inside this hole. Our specifications said that we have to have 36 inches wide and at least 26 deep. So we're going along with the backhoe and digging the initial hole. We're digging just a hair deeper than we need. We take the teeth on the bucket and actually scrape the bottom. That gives us another almost 6 inches. We use that 6 inches of dirt to either take dirt out or use to put in. I'm going along with my 6-foot level, laying it on the bottom, making sure that I've got a level path going around, so that when we put the chambers in here, they're level, because your lateral lines have to be level. And we got that stick frame up on the other end up by the backhoe. We use that so that the backhoe operator has a reference point of how deep they need to go on that stick. So that's his depth gauge to follow, and as he digs, I throw it up there, and that gives him a good reference of how deep to go. Winter's coming fast. Yes, it is. Thank God we got a backhoe. Here comes the shitter. Now, does it say inlet or outlet? It's okay, it's an inlet. Because it's got an outlet here on the side. All right, yeah. Because you can actually come in on either side or back. But you know what? The baffle is right here on the inlet. It comes straight in, bam, hits back. Yeah. The old kind used to be on the outlet side. Unless it has one on both. The one we had one in the middle. You have half and half. Huh. Then the water got so full when I was top of it. Oh, that goes under. Well, I know what you're saying, but I have no means. after working past few days on the septic system, I'm having a real hard time getting my levels, getting the bottom trench level, getting heights of things. We have a laser level, but it's not an expensive one, and you have to balance it with bubbles, and if the sun shines on it too long, it seems to be getting it off, and the bubbles go off without even touching it and things. So and the county has told me that the 100-foot lengths of trenching have to be within 1 to 3 inches. Actually, it's supposed to be flat, but she said 1 to 3 inches would be okay. So after battling it yesterday, I said enough is enough. So I needed a professional level. So went out this morning to the big box store, and I got me the professional level. This is a level, not cheap, but definitely needed. This is a self-leveling laser, which you just push the button and it does its level electronically, gets its level, and then you have a receiver that's on a stick, and you just hold the receiver and it'll beep when you actually get to the level point. A lot better technology, a lot easier to use, and we're going to end up doing 2 septic systems, so it'll pay for itself. And if we want to, sell it afterwards, then we'll just sell it afterwards. But definitely something we needed, and if you're going to do a septic system, you need something like this. So we'll see. So when they came out and inspected, they did find one item right off the bat, which was my distribution box here, and I've got it in sideways. It has an inlet side. I didn't even think about it. I was looking at the outlet holes instead of that. But other than that, everything else looked great. Where my line comes out of the house over here, my pipe is a 3-inch pipe coming out of the house. Now that is installed by a licensed plumber in the county, and it was inspected prior to them pouring the slab for the floor, and they're questioning whether that has to be 4-inch. So I've got them clarifying that, whether I can just keep running that 3-inch into the tank just like I have it, or if I have to, or what I have to do, if I have to transition to 4-inch immediately. As you can also see there, we have a T fitting there coming off. That's where the RV dump station, which will be back at the end of the barn back there. We're going to put a dump station so that whenever we get back from our travels, we can dump our tanks here at the house legally in the tank. So everything's good. But other than that, the chamber system, they're fine with that. They said that's good. They will bring their laser level out whenever they do the final inspection, making sure that it is flat to fairly flat. They did say that it doesn't have to be perfect, and it can pitch down from start to finish 2 inches, so, or up to 3, but I'll shoot for 2 if any. But they're basically, if it's got a pitch it to the from the high end here to the low end out at the far side. Easy enough, that's fine. Right now it's actually flat. Actually, part of it is actually high right now at the far end because it rained, washed dirt in it, and that dirt picked those chambers up. So I'm actually going to have to get in there and dig those out. Fun, not. But this morning the backhoe's being temperamental, doesn't want to start. It got really cold last night, down in the 30s, so charging the battery up again, so we can give her another crank here in a little bit, see if we can't get the backhoe started. If it doesn't, then I'm just going to run to town, and for the weekend I'm going to rent me a mini excavator, and I'll just do the work with a mini excavator. So whichever, don't care, got to be done. Rain coming in Monday, don't worry, I'm not going to worry about it, but I'd like to have it all done, and then it'll set and dry, and we'll call for a final inspection next week. So we're going to get to working on the rest of this thing and see if we can't get a septic installed.
Well, we just finished the last piece of the lateral line. It's been a long weekend, but it feels good to be finally finished. Oh, how's your back, Tony? Mine's a little stiff. It's back-breaking work. Whew.
Feels like I just put in 300 feet of digging lateral lines.
That's because you did. So, here's the end. Actually has an end cap on it. Here we are, tuckered out at the end of the day. I'm trying to get the lateral line back there. There it is. We have 3 of those.
3.
Poop chutes.
100 feet each.
Whew. That's a lot of work just to have,
Level.
you know, stuff for your stuff. Somewhere for your stuff to go. Long, hard day.
Long haul weekend.
Yeah, true. At least we had nice weather though.
Took 1 day per line.
Yeah, the hardest part is getting it level. I mean, it's definitely not easy work. Both of our backs are killing us from digging and raking and picking out rocks and trying to get everything level and re-digging and re-raking. But we're close to being done. All we need is the inspection now, so. But you know, you gotta work to get it done. So that's what we did. Well, you can't see it very well, but we had a cave-in right here on our drainage skirt. Right here. So that's all got to be dug out again. So Tony's out here messing with it on a weeknight. You just never know what you're going to get into when you do a project yourself. So it's the good, the bad, and the ugly that comes with it. And this is the bad. We don't want to see the ugly, do we?
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, I have to have inspection ports. 3 of them. 1 in the center and then 1 at each end.
Oh, okay.
So that after it's all backfilled, I can stick the laser level in it so that they see that it has a drop going out.
Oh, so you get to go ahead and cover it up before inspection?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. So you're putting in an inspection port.
I just put a little wood frame in there.
Okay.
That sits on top of the tube, and now I'll just brace this little thing up.
What about the cave-in? You working on that later?
Yeah, I'll have to fill in over here all the way done, and then so that I can get the backhoe over there so that I can reach backwards and scoop.
Okay. Well, I'll come out here during the day and show it, 'cause you can't really see it right now, the extent of the cave-in. But
It's a good... Yep.
But other than that, you just got to fill it in, fix the cave-in, and then put the inspection ports in, and then fill it with rock and cover it up, right? All right. And then the rest of the sewer lines,
Done.
they've been done for about a month, haven't they? It was sometime in October.
It was about
Wasn't it?
for us.
Yeah.
I started on that thing.
And then this thing is taken way longer than the actual laterals because it has to be dug deeper. It's 6 foot deep. So it's twice as deep. And how long is it?
Well, we would have. Altogether, it's almost 200 feet altogether.
Oh, just the skirt?
It's 100,
Okay.
100 and, well, almost 150 wide. And then down the sides, it's over 200.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is the next day. Got a little better sunshine. And it's really nice out here today for December. It's like mid-50s. But that's how it's supposed to look. And here is the inspection port that Tony put in last night. That way, as soon as we get this skirt finished, we can go ahead and fill it all in, even though this part is trying to fill itself in. But that's where it collapsed in. And it's really not supposed to have the dirt in it. Rock is supposed to be on top of this sock drainage pipe. Let me get a close up here. You can see that sock there. So rock should be within just a couple inches of the top. So we have to dig all this dirt out. And it fell all the way down. We just had too much rain and cold weather. And it just made it collapse. Look at that blue sky. Man, that is pretty. And bam, the collapse. It gets bigger and bigger. This is the biggest spot. It's almost to the top. It's only like a foot from the top right here. And that was a big collapse in. We're definitely learning a lot of lessons doing this ourselves. Our biggest problem, to be honest, is that we don't have enough daylight hours left and we just get in a hurry. We get in a hurry to get it done, so it gets started in a hurry, but then we can't finish it because we have so much other stuff going on. But yeah, if you can just slow down and plan things a little better and try to finish it all within just a few days.